All right, so here we are at the extreme right of the Mexican hardened defenses, or their breastworks that they had set up. And like I said, it runs all the way that way for a couple hundred yards. You had over 1,000 men here. I think it was like 1,300, 1,400, something like that. The Texans had about 900, give or take. So this is where everything completely crumbled for the Mexicans, and it didn't take very long. The battle lasted 18 minutes. That's pretty phenomenal, actually. So here we are here, and at the extreme right, they had a flanking position of defenders right here under General Cause, who would come under attack by Colonel Sherman, who famously came up with the battle cry of "Remember the Alamo, remember Goliad." And of course, we all know about the Alamo. Well, Goliad was also another massacre. And so General Cause is over here. His reinforcements, they're tired, they're hot, they just want to sleep. They don't have the energy to do anything. A forced march sucks. And when you arrive just before a battle, it's not going to end well. So Sherman comes in, and then to get him confused with General Sherman that burned the South down, folks, he comes in here, attacks this area where there's no hard defense. Right flank completely collapses. The other three prongs of the attack has taken place. The Texans completely overwhelmed the hardened defenses because guess what? The Mexicans were enjoying a leisurely afternoon, April 21st, 1836, wasn't expecting an attack, and then lo and behold, they finally see this army coming at them like 100, 200 yards away. They got a couple of cannon shots off, I believe, but that was about the extent of their defense. So you had a group of Mexicans trying to flee through the marsh over this way. You had some trying to go through the woods that way, and Santa Anna went that way. And he was caught a couple days later, like I said. But in 18 minutes, the Texans killed over 600 retreating Mexicans, captured the rest of them, including Santa Anna, earned their independence, and that's all she wrote for the Battle of San Jacinto. Underdog took the day. Basically a bunch of volunteers that came together, formed a volunteer army up against a battle-hardened, disciplined army. And the only difference was the way their commanders thought. Houston knew that Santa Anna believed himself to be the Napoleon of the West, used it against him. Santa Anna comes here, makes camp in an area that was perfect for Houston to really attack him because there was really no way for him to retreat. All Houston had to do was surprise him. That's what he did. Santa Anna, being as arrogant as he was, no guards posted, no pickets, no nothing to warn him that the Texans were on the move. And he got surprised and he lost. And that wasn't the end of him, because guess what? Several years later in the Mexican-American War, same thing happened over and over. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and get out of this storm before I get struck by lightning, because that would suck. Bye.